Oh. Alright, you ready?
But it's still just not a koozie.
I know, it's just a koozie. What is up, YouTube? We're starting this right now. Thanks for coming on, brother.
Thanks for having me, man.
Dude, anytime, man. I'm glad you can, glad we got to reconnect.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Should we tell people how we connected originally?
Yeah, sure. I guess I'll tell the story.
I was going to say, you tell us. Everybody hears my voice all the time, so tell it from your perspective.
I started listening to a lot of podcasts. I commute to the city a lot, so I got tired of listening to music every morning. So I started listening to podcasts. I saw you had one. Thought it was very interesting. So I reached out, let you know how interesting I thought it was.
Sure.
Little did I know that you thought I was interesting enough to come on your podcast.
Sure. Well, I guess we'll give people a little bit more of a backstory. So, because that was the most brief explanation ever. We wrestled together in high school.
That's right.
So we've known each other for some time. You went off into the military, the Marine Corps to be exact.
Yeah.
And then you reached out and you're like, hey, got in a podcast. And honestly, it's one of the most rewarding things, in my opinion, is to hear from, as much as I love my viewers, listeners, it means something more almost when it comes from somebody I know, because for some reason I have this psychological thing where I don't think that I'm interesting enough, or I don't think I'm interesting at all. So because of that, I don't, I just assume that nobody's going to listen to my podcast. Like right off the bat, I'm just like, writing it off, nobody I'm listening to. And I knew that people listen to it because I can see like the analytics. But I didn't, you never know who's listening. There's no way to tell, like, oh, Mike Caesar's downloading, shows. So lately I've had a couple people reach out to me being like, dude, love the podcast, this, that, and the other thing. And I'm like a little kid. I get all like butterflies and I'm like, oh my God, people are still listening. Like, it's nuts. It's nuts.
But what if you did like think you were really interesting? Like, don't you think
I'd be an asshole.
That would make you an asshole, right?
Yeah, I'd totally be an asshole. Yeah. No, yeah, you can't.
Like if somebody's like, I'm really interesting.
I like to think I'm really smart, but I think that smart and interesting don't go hand in hand.
Not always, yeah.
Met a guy the other day. He was incredibly smart. The farthest thing from interesting. Just,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Conversation was drier than the Sahara.
Was he a guest?
No, he wasn't a guest. It wasn't a guest. No, that would have been bad. No, I meet so many people, but this person in particular, very intelligent guy, just nothing
intrigued you?
Not even nothing. He was so smart. He just 90% of his story is how you tell it.
All right.
His stories loaded with information.
All right.
I don't know how you could make the stories uninteresting, but they're just
I'm like
tough to get a hold of.
I'm like at a point in my life. If I'm having a conversation that I hate, I'll just be like, I don't want to have this conversation.
You just say it?
I don't want to talk to you. I am done.
You tell me that?
But like I know pretty quickly, like, into a conversation if I actually want to have it. You know what I mean? Like,
are we gonna continue this?
Like I'm like, oh, this, let's have this conversation, and immediately I'm like, oh, this was terrible.
This was the worst idea ever.
I don't want to do this anymore.
You gotta be. I think cell phones are starting to change people because they're losing the ability to have a conversation.
Yeah, it's like almost rude, like, to call somebody. Like, if my phone's ringing, I'm like, why can't you just text me?
Oh yeah, my friend Natasha,
Come on.
she's been on the show before. She knows now if she texts me, she's getting a phone call moments later, because I don't like texting, as crazy as that sounds.
No, because you're 90 years old.
May? Yeah.
You sound
No, like I don't mind it, but like, why do I want to have a whole like day-long conversation with you about something that we could have ironed out in like a minute?
Yeah, makes sense.
Especially in the business world. And I would say business world, sales and growing, business development and meeting people and all that kind of stuff. it's so much easier to just sit there. You know, it's not online dating. I don't need to text you. Just call me. We'll get through it. It'll be done, over with. You know.
I feel that.
And it in those 2 minutes, it saves me more. You know, do I say this? Do I say this? You're going back and forth in your head. It's so much easier. So much easier.
Yeah. Well, speaking of texting, when I first got here, is it alright if I tell your listeners how rude you were to me when I first
Yes,
got here?
you can.
Alright, so...
yeah, I'm very rude.
Yeah, so... How
You also showed up like 15 minutes early when I was not expecting it.
Oh, yeah, how awful. I should have... so
I wasn't ready,
so,
as you could tell.
I'm on my way. I'm pretty close. I'm passing some stores. I'm like, Harry. I shoot Harry a text to let him know, hey, I'm on my way. Do you need anything? Well, first off, he sends me, his answer was, I'm usually good, but I might walk to the gas station to get ice because my water is warm. Okay. Thanks for that. I thought you were just going to say, like, yeah, give me a Gatorade. That's really what I was looking for. Like, alright, whatever. So I'm parked here. I go, he gave me the address. I go, I pull the door, locked. Text him, I'm here. No answer. Yeah, right. It's pretty muggy outside. All of a sudden, I swallow a bug. I just start violently coughing.
I didn't hear the start of the story.
Just violently coughing. And there's, like, we're in a shopping center. There's people around. There's kids in karate gis walking around looking at me. And just violently coughing.
This for the people that are listening, because now I can say that because now we have YouTube. This, what are you, 6'2"?
Yeah.
6'2", white guy, plain black shirt, backwards hat, gold chain, tatted up, coughing his brains out with little kids walking around.
That's me. So then I'm like, all right, I'm pissed. So I text him. I swallowed a bug. It says I swallowed a big. I retype bug. Big. Retype bug. Big. God damn it. Just forget it. So that was my first experience with the Brutally Honest podcast. But like
then I wasn't ready.
Yeah, and you weren't ready, and you kept calling me a guinea pig.
Yeah, you're the guinea pig on this one.
Yeah, which isn't the best animal, but I'll take it.
Dude, I've had recently, and this is not because I've called you a guinea pig, because my girlfriend would attest this, but I've been, I don't know why, because I tag her in dog videos, but lately guinea pig videos have been showing up on my Facebook newsfeed.
That's the FBI guy listening to you.
Yeah, so I'm totally okay with that. But like, this has been going on for months now, and lately, I'm not gonna lie, I've weirdly wanted a guinea pig.
That's weird. You're a grown man. You shouldn't have a guinea pig.
That's kind of what I think, but at the same time, they're really cute animals.
I mean, I guess. They're cute, but I wouldn't want one in my house.
No?
You know?
Do you have a dog?
Yeah.
What kind of dog do you have?
Dogs. I have 4 dogs. I have 2.
Oh my God.
I have 2 dachshunds.
Okay.
And I have a lab and a Bernese Mountain Dog.
God, Jesus. Why do you have so many dogs?
I like dogs.
Fair enough.
If I've ever said
Do you walk the dogs every day?
Yeah, walk the dogs, play the dogs.
Oh my
Well, 2 of my
God.
dogs are super old.
Okay.
They're like super old, but they're like
The dachshunds or?
Yeah, so my dachshund and my lab,
Okay.
they're like 8. So they just chill. They don't do much.
Okay.
The other 2, but like the other dachshund, she's like 8 pounds.
Okay.
So
She's
like,
not harming anything.
Yeah, I feel like the 2 dachshunds together make like one medium-sized dog.
So it's like 3 dogs essentially.
Yeah, it's like 2.5.
Bernese Mountain Dog. Aren't they big?
Yeah, but mine's not that big. She's like 50 pounds probably.
All right, that's not huge.
She's not huge, no. She's
Bernese-
smaller than normal, but she's cool.
Yeah, these dogs get pretty massive.
Yeah, a lot of fur.
Lot of fur.
Yeah.
Lot of fur.
She's like triple C thick.
That's something I've been saying lately.
Yeah.
One of the guys I follow on YouTube, he's big into cooking,
Yeah.
and
weird.
he says, he's like, get a thick cut of meat, like thick with 3 C's.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit, that's funny you say that. Small world.
Well, I guess it's a weird thing to say when you're cooking.
He's hysterical.
Yeah.
He's when we were in high school, I went to BOCES for 2 years for cooking, and ever since then, I shouldn't ever say ever since then. I've always been interested in cooking, but I watch the weirdest stuff on YouTube. I swear to God. So I watch everything from business, marketing, all that kind of stuff. People doing that, and then I watch a lot of interesting cooking shows and stuff like that. So I'll watch, do you know who Maddie Matheson is, or Extra Bronson?
What's the difference between like an interesting cooking show and just a regular cooking show?
There's like moms in the kitchen that are like, watch me make a kale salad! And I'm like, no, I'm not going to watch you make a kale salad. Like, there's some really...
That sounds like Oprah making a kale salad.
It's just, yeah, no. So there's some not interesting ones. But I like a more scientific approach on things.
Okay.
There's one guy, he does a really good show, but it's just too long.
Yeah.
It's like a struggle to get through. I'm like, bro, you're making a steak sandwich.
Yeah.
Get this thing over in 7 to 10 minutes. If you don't need 25. I don't need to watch the meat sizzle over the grill while you narrate what's going on. Give me the facts. Teach me how to do it. I'm done.
So you're watching them to like learn. You want to know how to cook. You're not just like, this is.
No. Although I do watch. So I have a. Not a Vitamix. What's the other one? The NutriBullet. I have a NutriBullet at home, and drinking seltzer. And I put like my coffee grinds in there, or coffee beans, and then I grind them up, and then I'll put it in like a French press. And I've always, one of my earliest guests was very into coffee, and I was always into coffee to some degree. And I go to a place in Farmdale called Giorgio's Coffee Roasters. Love that place.
Is that on New Highway?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Have you ever been?
Yeah,
best coffee.
Yeah, I get tattooed like right next door. That Hungry Wolf tattoo.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. They're literally like right next door. Giorgio's has the best coffee. So, was always interested in coffee, and we sparked this conversation. He told me all about coffee, and we originally weren't even planning on talking about coffee. I didn't know he was going to be like so knowledgeable in the field.
Yeah.
And one day I'm going through YouTube, and all of a sudden this guy, Jack Hoffman or something like that, showed up, and he's an English guy. And for some reason, I'll lay in bed, and I don't know what it is, if it's me wanting to learn about, and actually one of my customers also recently in the last like year is a mobile espresso company.
Okay.
So I had to like learn about terminology and this, that, and the other thing for the website. So ever since then, I must have stumbled upon him, and the YouTube algorithm has showed me him numerous times now, so I just subscribed. But it's all about like grinding the coffee and the coarseness of the grind and different coffee products to test and pour over, all these like coffee things that you see at like your local coffee shop or Starbucks, but like really like the deep down details.
Yeah, I could give a shit about that.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not for everybody.
I get $1 coffee from the bodega every morning.
I get $1.60 a cup of coffee right next door. It's the best thing in the world.
Yeah, I mean, no, the coffee's awful from the bodega. It's awful.
Why do you drink it?
I don't know. I think I just like self-punishment, maybe. I just like I don't know. I drink coffee for like the experience, I guess. I don't know. Like in the morning, like I don't drink coffee like past like 9 a.m. I just like, I don't know. I just grab $1 coffee from the bodega. It's like a routine. Like there's a Starbucks over there, but I work in Queens and I don't like to want it too far.
Fair enough. Oh, so you get it when you're off the train?
Yeah, like it's right there, and it's like $1. The guy's really cranky.
Doesn't he know you by now?
Yeah, he's really cranky. I don't know. I think it's me, maybe. I don't know. I have like weird experiences in public. It's like kind of like amongst my friends. It's like famous like that. Like if anything weird's gonna happen to anybody in public, it's me. Like anytime we go in public, like I'm the one getting elbowed. I'm always getting elbowed or stepped on.
Drives me nuts. I hate being in crowded spaces because I hate being bumped into and elbowed and stepped on. Yes, it's usually me too.
It's me. Like if there's like a crazy person in the street, if they're gonna come up to anybody and try to talk to them, it's gonna be me. I'm like a magnet for weird things to happen. I was driving on Sunrise Highway, and I was like on the where you go over to go back to the eastbound side.
Okay.
Eastbound, and
sure.
A red light.
Oh.
And this dude, the left turning lane has a red light, but this dude has a green light.
Uh-huh.
He stops at the green light, and he's like waving me on. I'm like, what is this guy want? I roll out my window immediately. Hey, brother, I just want to let you know that Jesus loves you, brother. I'm like, dude, you got a green light. Like, leave me alone. I don't know what about me made you say, like, I need to stop. I need to pump the brakes at 70 miles per hour. Let this guy know that Jesus loves him. Like, I don't care, dude.
Oh,
I'm moving.
God. I So getting tints was revolutionary on my car because I don't know why, but I was always the magnet for people when they're on the side of the road, knocking on the window for money or whatever it is. And I don't know why, but I know that people can't really see me inside my car, and I feel so much better about not giving them money.
Yeah.
And mind you, before anybody says anything about me being a bad person, it is just a common theme now, and for people in New York to just beg for money everywhere. And they make there was some kind of math done, but the average homeless person in New York City asking for money makes like $56,000 a year or something like that, or $50,000 a year.
Yeah.
And then around here, I don't know what it is, but I've seen some people throw some serious dollars out the window at me sitting at a red light, so you could guess how much money they're making.
Yeah, it's really bizarre. Like sometimes this one guy brought near where I work right near like a train station.
Sure.
So they always end up there.
I can't say what he does, by the way, so if anybody's asking why he's being so vague.
So this guy asked me like every day, and I'm like, I can't pay your salary, daily 50 cents. But the worst part is that he would give a story first. Like he wouldn't just be like, hey, you have any spare change? I respect that. Any spare change? No. If I have spare change, sure, you can have it. But this guy would give me this speech. He'd start off every morning with, hey, you got a minute? I want to talk to you. I'm like, dude, I already know what you're going to say. You don't remember? You told me yesterday. You spent 20 years in jail, and now you're all clean and sober. Like this and that. Yeah, respect. You're clearly not clean and sober.
If you were clean and sober, you'd probably be working by now.
Clearly not clean and sober right now. But, yeah, he gives the same speech like every day. Like,
every day.
How do you not remember me? And when I tell him, like, dude, you gave me the same speech yesterday, he gets mad, and he'll scream. And I'm like, okay, bye. Now you're really not getting any change.
You are not getting anything today, sir. Yeah, they always make... actually, I'm curious to know what your opinions are on this.
What?
Had a guy in New York City claimed to be a veteran asking me for money for a train ticket to Jersey.
If you would have said, I'll just buy you the train ticket, I wonder what he would have said.
I started doing that.
Yeah.
So after that experience, I started, what do you need money for? Oh, I need money for this. Yeah. Okay, well, let me go buy it for you then. No, I just need the money. I need the money. No, I don't give money.
Yeah.
I have had somebody say, though, that's fine. Can you come buy it for me then?
Yeah, like, I'll buy you food.
Yeah.
But if you have a dog, if you're homeless and you have a dog, I will give you all my money. Just so you know, I'll give you a blank check.
I'll give you a blank signed check, all yours. So here's a terrible one. One guy, homeless, hungry, or food or money, either is fine. Gave him. We had tons. I forget what it was. I was with my girlfriend at the time, and we had leftovers out the wazoo. Good meal. I was like, are we gonna eat this? And she's like, no. I was like, all right, let's just give it to the guy then. Like, it was like good food.
Yeah.
And dude takes it as soon as we drive away. I'm watching him in my rearview mirror, just drops it right in the garbage.
Yeah.
I'm like, and you just ruined it for everybody else, dude.
Yeah, it's a shame. I mean, I some people are just down on their luck, but yeah.
Yes. The problem is figuring out if they're down on their luck.
Yeah. I mean, I have a hard time with the whole homeless veteran thing because I always kind of, it's weird. I always wonder, like, what did I do in my life that I didn't end up there?
Sure.
Like, there's so many...
Drugs is...
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of, obviously mental health issues and things like that. And I look at people in situations like that or worse, and I'm like, that's where it gets hard for me. So I'm like, I wonder what I did that I didn't end up like that.
Sure.
Because it easily could have been me.
Sure. Could be anybody. Could be anybody.
It's crazy.
It's very easy to go broke. It's very hard to get rich.
Yeah.
It's look at how many people are poor and how many people are rich. It's a big divide. And I tell everybody, especially aspiring people, if they want to be an entrepreneur or in sales, I go, look, the greatest thing that you could do at this point in your life is read books.
Yeah.
Just soak them up. Doesn't matter what it is, just start reading.
Yeah.
You'll learn, you'll get smart, you'll figure out something will click, you'll figure, whatever it is, you'll start to make money.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, I think as we've gotten older, like I ask people less like for information. I like try to find things out or do things
Sure.
for myself rather than I always feel like I would ask like my dad or like somebody like, oh, this person's an adult, they probably know, but now I'm like, nah, they don't know.
No,
You know?
dude,
Yeah,
that's the other thing that blew my mind. How many older people don't actually know everything that you would think they would know?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, so it's important to be able to like figure shit out. Can I curse?
Yeah.
It's important to figure shit out for yourself.
We said asshole before. You could curse.
I don't remember.
It's okay. So one thing I want to, because we were talking via Instagram one day, is nobody knows your past of the military, and how you're sitting in school and nobody even looks your way. Are you okay with talking about this, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about service time, anything like that? What happened?
Yeah, sure.
'Cause it's a pretty crazy story.
Yeah, I mean, I joined the military like super young.
Yeah, fresh out of high school.
Yeah, fresh out of high school, I didn't really, well, like I didn't have that many options. Like I didn't want to take out a student loan. I couldn't really afford to go to college. I wasn't good enough at wrestling to get a scholarship.
Sure.
So I joined.
Look, I was definitely not good enough to go to college either. I just said I'll take the debt.
Yeah, so I joined the Marine Corps. And I was I did all that. I was Marine Corps infantry. Been to Afghanistan. Spent a while there.
How long were you there for? You remember?
Yeah, like I was there like 9-10 months.
Okay.
Yeah, but like right before I went home, I got pretty badly wounded by an IED blast. So I got like, I was actually just about to go home. I packed like all my stuff the night before.
Oh.
Yeah, and so my friends like threw my shit out because they didn't want to carry it back, and I never let them live that down. I always joke too. Like I finished reading a book the night before.
Uh-huh.
It was called The River of Doubt about Teddy Roosevelt.
Okay.
And I got a concussion, and I always tell people like, yeah, I forgot the whole thing, and I like just finished it.
Oh, did you actually forget the whole thing?
Yeah.
Did you have you reread it since?
Nah, because it's like funnier to say that I forgot.
Damn. So what did you? What happened? You stepped on it, drove over it, something like that, or?
I mean, I wasn't the only one hurt. My 3 other guys got hurt. One guy got a really bad concussion. He was like on the back end.
Okay.
And my squad leader got some shrapnel in his arm, his shoulder, and my friend Wayne, he got pretty nasty shrapnel in his face. He's got like a brand new nose, but he looks much better now, so I don't feel too bad for him because he looks a lot better now. I always tell him that. Yeah. So.
Why did it go off? What was the reason?
So a lot of those are done through like cell phones.
Oh, really?
Or like garage door openers.
Sure.
Stuff like that.
Oh, so somebody must have been watching it.
Yeah. Yeah. No. It actually. I don't know how true this is, but I found out like a year later that they caught some guys and they had a cell phone with it on video on their cell phone. But I don't know how true that is. Somebody could have just like wanted to tell me a cool story.
Sure.
But yeah, that's what they had said. So yeah, usually they stick around and they'll watch or whatever.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Rush to the hospital, the whole nine.
Yeah.
Because the photos look pretty rough.
Yeah, I mean, you get like kind of like airlifted, like a helicopter come.
Sure.
But so like they farm. That's like their main thing there.
Mm-hmm.
And the fields are all like rows of like dirt. So what they'll do is they'll like irrigation they have.
Mm-hmm.
They'll flood it so it gets all muddy.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't walk in it.
Mm.
So the helicopter will land in it, and then you go to walk in it, and you're stuck. It's called peanut butter mud.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's like a way to like slow you down, but
they do it intentionally?
Yeah. So
scumbags.
But
Oh, look, it's the art of war, isn't it?
yeah, I mean, the guys that came through were pretty badass though, so they used that kind of stuff. So
Eradicated the threats.
yeah, well, yeah, they knew what to do like in like that field, like they reposition themselves. Like usually, like you land once and you leave once, but they were able to like move around like and stuff. But before that happened, I was there. I was there like through all like the seasons. And they don't tell you about that. You think it's like just hot all the time. First got there freezing my balls off.
Really?
Yeah, it was freezing, and it rained for like a month, like the entire month of February. It rained every day.
Really?
Yeah. And
Oh my God.
Yeah, it hailed one night. It was hail. We didn't have a roof. Like we lived like it was basically like just walls.
Have you ever watched a movie Restrepo?
Yeah.
Similar to that or no?
Yeah. Kinda.
Oh, dude, that's gnarly.
And
if anyone hasn't seen that movie, by the way, that movie's incredible.
Those guys were like up in a mountain. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were in a field?
It's like it was a compound, so it was basically a house. Like it's kind of like a block.
Okay.
Like it's just like houses along.
Sure.
And so we had one.
All full military guys or mixed,
Yeah, it was
civilians, military.
No, like we had neighbors that were like civilian. Like we
civilian
just
for the
house.
area.
Yeah, we bought
Okay.
a house from somebody.
Okay.
But you can't just kick the neighbors out.
Sure.
So like there's like people living there, but obviously it was all like barbed wires and
Sure.
stuff. But yeah, it was really cold. Like it's amazing. Like people think it's like all sand, but it's.
Why do you guys use sandbags? What is the purpose of sandbags? Just to stop bullets, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I figured, but I wasn't 100% sure.
Honestly, there's not even always sand in there. You can put anything in there. People garbage, dirt, like whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not going to stop bullets.
Yeah, you sure can. If you build a wall, like. Enough,
Oh, true. Fair enough.
Yeah. But the best thing they have is Hesco. That's what they started using a lot more.
What's Hesco?
It's basically giant sandbags. They're walls. They're like 12 feet high.
Okay.
Full of rocks and look it up. It's like rocks and sand or whatever, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so we had like a regular house.
Oh, I've seen these. These are these are in like everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we didn't have that at the time.
Sure.
They're probably there now. What's left of it. Yeah. So we had that, and so the seasons were crazy, and then it was hot. It was so hot.
Hot, like you wouldn't believe hot.
Like your brain like feels like it's melting hot. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What do you guys do in that situation? You just tough it out, sit in shade?
Yeah, I mean there's really not much you can try like.
There's no air conditioning there and stuff, or?
No.
Oh God.
No air conditioning. But that stuff's like all there now.
Sure. Because it's been there for so long.
Yeah, like everything kind of got built up, like around like 2012. They started putting like, because you have your main, like fobs they call them, and those usually have like tents and stuff. But that's like ours was a really small, like it was just my platoon, and we had it was called PB Mac.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we moved around a little bit, but that was a pretty cool spot because it was like right in the middle of like a neighborhood.
Sure.
So it was cool.
Now, is that where the IED went off also? Or?
Nah, that was like a little further. So it basically.
Where were you stationed, if you don't mind me asking? If you can't say it, don't say it.
Yeah, I was in. It's called Marjah.
MAR.
JAH. It's a city that's. It was a pretty big stronghold, pretty big Taliban stronghold.
I love how I type it in and all it is military photos.
Well, yeah, I mean, nobody's going there on vacation.
No, I figured like maps would show up or something like that with that.
They don't have a Disney World. But, it's a crazy place. It's interesting to see how, like, people live.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
For sure.
But so basically, like, you infantry, you do a lot of patrols.
Sure.
So you kind of walk, if we did all foot patrols, we didn't do any mounted.
Mm-hmm.
We walked through everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, the further you go, you never know what you're going to find. So,
Oh, I can only imagine.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And what, they fly you in nearby and then they truck you over to it, or?
No, you like initially.
Yeah.
It was such a strange trip. So we went from North Carolina, and then we flew through like 3 other states, and then we ended up in England, and then Germany. And then we
Sitting on this plane for a long time.
Yeah. Well, no, I was like not the same plane. We would get off, and we'd have like a 2-hour layover. The first plane,
commercial flights.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if it was like a C-130 taking you over or something like that.
Nah. Until a certain point, and then once you get to, I think it was like Kazakhstan.
Okay.
Then you fly to like another, like you fly to like a really big base where there's everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And from there you take it like a helicopter out to wherever your AO is, like your
area of operation. Yeah. Interesting. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, but it's like it's an experience like not a lot of people get to have, and so I'm glad it definitely molded me into who I am. I made a lot of great friends along the way, but everything it comes with the territory, the bad stuff. So
sure.
Like you can't really. A lot of people don't. I don't want to say they don't understand, but it's like you know what's gonna. You don't know what's gonna happen, but it's not. When you sign up that your friends could die.
Sure.
You could die. You could get hurt. This and that. So you always kind of have that in the back of your mind.
Sure.
I think. So when people like feel like sorry or anything like that, but it's not that they shouldn't, but it's like that the person going through it was not prepared, but they had it in mind.
Yeah, they have an idea of what's going to happen.
Happen,
Or what could happen.
Yeah. So.
Well, it's just like being a cop, man. Any day could be, as sad as it sounds.
Yeah.
You trust me. I want all my cop friends and stuff like that to come home at the end of the day, but you do agree to sign up for things like that and putting yourself in harm's way.
Yeah, definitely. And that's why it's important for veterans to take care of their mental health.
For sure.
You got to find like an outlet, a therapist, something.
Sure. Sure. Would you say that the war had messed with you a lot, or?
Oh yeah, definitely, and it's important because like I try to be a certain way, no matter how I was feeling, because I didn't want anybody to look at me and think, well, if he feels that way, then I can feel that way or something.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So like I have friends that. My best friend, my roommate, he killed himself. We were on the same deployment. He was in a different platoon and everything, but that was my best friend in the world, and like we went through the same stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We did everything together. He went one way and I went another. Like I easily could have ended up in the same position as him.
Damn.
Yeah,